Regional New South Wales, including us here in Newcastle, knew we might be in trouble when Gladys Berejiklian called a press conference at about midday on, I think it was either Friday or Saturday, and then 3 hours later was like, we're going again.
Yeah.
They're obviously a bit worried about this outbreak at the moment and maybe the Delta variant of COVID-19. We're going to find out more about these restrictions and, I guess, how can we prepare and go forward with Dr. Brad Mackay right now, GP and author of Fake Medicine. Dr. Brad, thanks so much for your time this morning.
No worries, guys. So you enjoying your lockdown?
Yeah. Well, we're not in lockdown technically.
Yeah,
we're like a soft lockdown.
Yeah, we're masked up, Dr. Brad.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, you're allowed to take your mask off if you're orating.
Yes, and then back on for the songs.
Yeah. You know how it is, Brad.
Yeah, totally.
But then we can't sing along to Beyonce in the studio as well,
it's
Dr.
tough.
Brad. So,
No dancing. No dancing.
No dancing.
No standing up.
Keep your driplets to yourselves, boys.
Exactly. Now, Dr. Brad, it seems as though in the regional New South Wales areas where, as far as I don't know all of them, there are 0 cases anywhere. Is the government super worried about what's going on at the moment? Is that why they're doing this?
Yeah, they're you can see the whites of their eyes when they're talking at the moment. So we know that there's a little bit of anxiety going on. We really haven't seen the Delta strain really spreading around Australia all that much. We saw a little bit in Melbourne. We had a few cases when the guy was visiting barbecues galore around the
trying to buy them.
Sydney. Yeah. So, but what we know is that the Delta strain for COVID is this particular one that arose out of India is people are estimating even 30 to 70% more likely to be transmissible. And also there are some studies that are showing that it could be a little bit worse for people, so worse outcomes, and also more likely to cause problems in younger people as well. So we are a little bit worried about it, and it just seems to be seeding everywhere around the country. Everywhere is locking down, everywhere is finding new cases. So we're just needing to be really, really cautious at this point in time.
And what do you think we can do to avoid this again? It seems to keep popping up, but how can we go forward and try and avoid going through this sort of stuff again? It seems to go settle, spike again, settle, spike again.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit of deja vu at the moment. So our only weapons at this point of time are either sort of physically distancing from each other, wearing masks, particularly, in closer contact, but also vaccination. And really it's going to be vaccines that are going to be getting us out of this mess over time. At the moment we've got about 4.7% of the Australian population who's fully vaccinated.
Because it's not a race. It's not a race, Brad.
It is a fucking race. Yeah. if we don't get everyone vaccinated quickly, it's just a disaster.
Well said.
I was gonna say, has this, let's call it this scary period, have people been sort of taking a bit more seriously that 4.7? Are people now queuing up going, oh, okay, I want to get it now? Is it this sort of the wake-up call Aussies needed, or are we still seeing sort of slow people moving towards the vaccine jab?
Yeah, so I think that the main issue that we've really got at the moment is that a lot of people do want to get vaccinated, but they just don't have access to it. So certainly if you're over the age of 60, then your chance of having any problems from the AstraZeneca vaccine are really minuscule. So we are encouraging everyone to go and get the AstraZeneca vaccine, and that is available. It is everywhere. A lot of general practices have that as well. But with the Pfizer vaccine, we're sort of seeing limited stocks. We're expecting more vaccine to be delivered in July, which is just around the corner. And general practices, we are meant to be having deliveries of Pfizer vaccine even from early July, so about the 5th of July. So it pays to check in if you are younger than 60 and eligible at this point of time for the Pfizer vaccine, to do check the government website to see where you can get the vaccines, and also check in with your own GP as well as the weeks go on, just to make sure that that if your GP is offering Pfizer, that you can get it.
Right.
Geez, 4.7%
I know, it's not
vaccinated.
many.
Doesn't that just
But it's
sound
so confusing
ridiculous?
because I'm 29, so I think I'll happily get it. I want to get it, but I feel like I'll wait, I won't get it. I've got friends up north and stuff who are getting it now, just lining up at their vaccination
our
places.
age.
Our age, just going, they've got leftover vaccines at the end of the day and they can't throw them away.
What?
And people are lining up and getting them at the end of the day. Like, I don't know if you can do that in Newcastle. I don't know if we have the facilities here, but it's so confusing. Like, I just don't know if I can get it yet or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there any communication on that, Brad? Is like, can people just
so
rock
you-
up?
So you can go on the eligibility tracker. So we have the website that occasionally works when the government sorts itself out. But I have had patients that have turned up to some of the vaccine hubs at the end of the day. And if we crack open a vaccine ampule, like we need to use it all up within 6 hours, especially for the Pfizer vaccine. So yeah, a lot of people are getting the vaccinations at the end of the day, but it's not a guarantee that you'll be able to get it by turning it up.
Right.
There's a bit of luck.
And probably a tough question for you to answer, but how bad do you anticipate the New South Wales, particularly in Sydney, outbreak to get over the next few days? Like, are we just going to see it balloon and balloon and balloon?
Well, we had yesterday 30 new cases, and we sort of know that whatever we do now takes about a couple of weeks until it has effect. So our anticipation is that things would get a little bit worse before they start to get better. But yeah, the games have sort of changed with the Delta variant as well. So what we know from last year, doing the same thing, it may be a little bit difficult, a little bit different, and could take a little bit longer to get under control.
Fair enough. All right.
Okay.
Well, Dr. Brad Mackay, thank you so much. GP and author of Fake Medicine. Always very informative. Thanks for your time.
Stay safe, guys.
Informative and fun, Dr. Brad.
Informative and fun.
We love
It's
it.
both of those things.
Now put your masks back on.
It's Brando.